Hi.
Hey, hey, how's it going?
Good, how you doing?
I'm doing okay. Sorry, I'm just rudely sending a message while on this meeting.
Oh
So
my gosh, so rude.
I'm such a scumbag. Uh, anyway, how are you? What have you been up to?
Been good. Yesterday I went to this estate sale for the late songwriter Allie Willis. She wrote the songs like September from Earth, Wind and
Okay,
Fire and
nice.
like the Karate Kid soundtrack. Anyway, I used to like do social media for her foundation, but they had this big estate sale for her, so I got a bunch of kooky little and she's like queen of kitsch, so she has like a lot of cool like
Ah,
little tchotchkes and
perfect.
knickknacks. So got a lot of those. Spent too
Um,
much money.
I was going to say, you must have just like walked away with just an absolute sack of stuff.
I didn't as much as I wanted. I got like three things, but then I got one of her rings and they were kind of expensive. But for the I tried to be good, but I still spent too much money.
Yeah, fair enough.
I
That's
love a flea market and an estate sale.
There's something about them, isn't it? Like I can't like we have like antique shops over here, but my dad always just calls them junk shops because
Ugh,
it's just like so much quality junk. And you're just like, well, I've got to go in and I've got to look at every single thing and I have to make sure
yeah.
I haven't missed a single thing.
Yeah. You're like, I need this old like pencil sharpener that doesn't work. Like I just need it.
Oh my God,
My
there's
dad,
so
yeah.
many. Yeah, go on. Yeah.
Oh, I was just gonna say my dad was kind of he like loved junk stuff. Like he always was like he was a big thrifter, I guess. He didn't I don't think he would call himself that way, but like he
No.
yeah, loved
That,
to like hoard things.
I don't, is it a thing of dads of a certain generation? They just are hoarders?
Maybe, yeah. Yeah, because my mom's not. She's not a big like thrifter. If anything, she buys new stuff. She's like a big home goods girly. Do you guys have home goods over
Okay.
there?
We things like that. Yeah, we got those kind of
Okay.
things.
Yeah. Um Anyway, yeah. But I think dads are
Yeah.
like programmed to be like, I need all this junk. I can fix it, you know?
Well, I mean, to me, I've had to blur my background because I am very much a hoarder myself. So,
Oh yeah. I mean, I
not in
kind of
like
do
a
that too.
unhealthy way, not yet.
Yeah. You just want tchotchkes around. I know I have a studio apartment and I want a bigger place because I'm like, I want more tchotchkes. I need things to put around here.
Like when we moved, I moved because I wanted a place outside of London that I could put my motorbike and some bits, and I just thought like, oh, I'll park it here and then that'll be fine. And we bought this house out in Shropshire, which is about three hours drive away from London. And I thought
Mhm.
like, oh, it'll be fine. It'll just be for my motorbike and some bits because it's so cheap up there. And then after a while, I just started filling it, and I was like, I might have to stay
Hmm.
here because there's so much stuff now. And then I just like,
Right.
I'm done with London. I'm leaving London.
That's
So yeah.
so funny. Wait, what's the place you're called? What's the area called?
So
Where
I'm in
that called?
Shrewsbury, but it's in a place called
Shrewsbury.
Shropshire.
Shropshire. Cool. I've never been to England in general, but like
Oh,
London
really?
or anything. Yeah, I would like I'd love to go one of these days.
It's like it depends what you're after, and like it's very specific about where you go in the UK because sort of Brighton, Bristol, and parts of London are really good. But then there are other parts of the UK which are just there is nothing. There is nothing for so long. And like you can live there, and even the people that live there are like, there's nothing to do here. Like, don't
Hmm.
come here. And Shrewsbury is it's so weird because it's just on that cusp of like it'll get things but about 5 years too late. So like smash burgers only became a thing here about
Oh,
5 years ago. And like
wow.
everyone would be like, "Oh, have you tried Beefy Boys? They got really good smash burgers." I'm like, "All right, like there's burgers,
You
man.
guys just
Chill
found out
out."
about smash burgers,
Yeah,
losers.
genuine. Someone said to me the other day, they're like, "You can tell you're from London." I was like, "What the hell does that mean?"
You're like, you're a snob. No.
Pretty much. I think I was eating like a cup noodle, but with metal chopsticks on a building
Oh, that's
site,
so
and they were
funny.
like, "What are you doing?" And
Who
I'm
does
like,
this? Yeah.
"What? I'm just eating. It's whatever."
Cup noodles.
But
Yeah.
hey,
Metal chopsticks. That is classy.
what can I say?
Oop, Siri, leave me alone.
Genuine.
Sorry, my phone was just been listening to me. Relax.
I had a really awkward one. I was watching. Have you seen Capturing the Friedmans?
No, but I know about it.
So I was watching that in my office, just like I'm going to say enjoying it, but understand what I mean by that.
Sure.
And I was just sat there watching it, and there was a moment where they were really describing a really brutal element of like the crime that the father did. And I just sort of like looked in the corner and I was like, please, Alexa, don't be listening. Like, it was just like
This
a
is not the stuff I want.
this don't add anything to the fucking lists, all right?
Yeah.
Including me, don't add me to any list. But
That
yeah,
part, yeah.
it is all right. It
That's
was all
so
right.
funny.
Welcome to Your Life in Film. I'm Ted Bennett. Joining me today is comedian and filmmaker Sophia Zolan. I met Sophia at a film festival in 2024. Uh, Her film got selected, mine didn't, and I was going to shit on everyone's films, but turns out they were really good. So I decided to just befriend people instead.
Aw, what a happy ending.
Yeah, right.
Thanks for having me. Yeah,
It's
that was a
okay.
fun festival. I'm actually going to the one in New Orleans at the end of the month.
I
The
saw, I
Screenfest New
saw.
Orleans. Yeah.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited about that. I've never been to New Orleans, and
No,
especially Halloween weekend seems like it's gonna be very fun.
very fun.
Yeah.
So you didn't think about going again this year in LA?
I think I might. I think it's this week or next week. I think I might try to like come to some of the days.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I love going to, I watch so many movies. I like to go. I went yesterday to like some more indie film festival thing. It was all right. But yeah, I think I might go still this year.
I
It's
was a
fun.
judge for a film festival this year, and
Mm,
it was really weird because you'll see hundreds of films, and you're watching them, and you're like, oh, these ones are spectacular. These ones are clearly the best. Let's not talk about any others. And then it just filters all the way down to like some of the really worst stuff, and then you're like, this is just AI slop. How did you get the
mm,
confidence to just send this in thinking
hmm.
that'll be fine? And yeah, I those bigger festivals, I don't understand how they have the manpower
Totally.
to.
Especially for shorts, because, and I think that's why this is what I tell myself when I don't get into all the other ones that I apply to,
Yeah, right.
that it's hard to like program. You have to like not only consider like the best ones, but also like obviously timing. I know mine's on the longer side. This is stuff I tell myself. And also like just to make sure it like kind of thematically makes sense with other ones that they can put
Yes.
in blocks. So I think shorts are even like a little bit have another loophole on top of it.
When I was in Austin last year, I asked one of the programmers, I was like, what's your process? Because I was a little bit like, it would be good if we all knew what the theme was before we submitted so that, whatever. And they were like, oh, we don't know the theme until we've seen all the films. And then we go, oh, there's a lot of,
Right,
lady revenge films.
right.
That's the theme. And you're like,
Mm,
it kind of makes sense, but,
totally, yeah.
you know,
I feel like yeah, you just gotta make what you want and then be like, I don't know, film festivals aren't always it's just that I think that's the good thing to keep in mind when you're critiquing yourself. If you're like, well, I guess mine's shit because it didn't get into things. I think it's important to be like, there's other factors involved. Also, like, people are everything's subjective and da 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 da. So, yeah.
I what I would say though, when it comes to that subjectivity, when I was judging the short film festival I just did this year, there was a lot of films that I was very quickly to go, that film was instantly better than mine. And I was so
Mm,
pleased that I felt like that because I was like, oh, good, I understand that. Like, I don't think, look at my film and be like, well, this is the best thing ever made. How comes
mm-hmm.
no one loved it? Whereas when I see these other films, I'm like, oh, that's an eight or a
Totally.
nine. That's totally better than mine. That's great. I love what they've done in such a short amount of time, and it's great. So
Yeah. Which film festival did you judge?
it was first cut in New Orleans in North Carolina.
Oh, okay, cool.
So they're quite a new festival. This was their second year, I think, and I attended it last year and got on really well with them. Won an award, and I was like,
Congrats.
"Hey, thank you." I thought I should
I
just make sure I put that out there. Everyone needs to know. Um,
am an award winner, just in case.
Multi-award winning filmmaker over here, people. Don't ask where they're from, but I am.
I have them.
I have them printed. But
Yes.
the guys that were running it were like we stayed in contact afterwards, and then I sort of said like, oh, it'd be great if I could like do some judging if that was cool because I'd love to see what else other people are doing, and they were like, yes, please do, and I was like,
Yeah, I'm
oh,
sure they
sick.
need. Yeah,
So
that's cool.
yeah, it was great, and I would totally recommend like every filmmaker like to
Do
yourself
that.
like go
Yeah.
do that because I think it made me feel a lot better about the amount of films that are out there and being like, oh, am I just shouting into the void? Am I just
Mm,
another person who thinks they can make it? And then you watch like your short specifically because it's like that's a good short. It's not a bad one. It's not a poorly made one. It's not a poorly written one. It's a good overall like short film. And watching loads of other people's, you feel a bit like it is a good film. Like I didn't get selected for whatever reason, but it wasn't anything to do with quality of the filmmaking or the quality of the story. It was purely
Right.
down to
Just
politics or
semantics. Yeah.
semantics. And then you're just
Right.
like, oh, that makes me feel better. That's all right for
Yeah.
all the rejections are fine now.
So yeah, exactly. Yeah. I mean, even like, because I started out as an actor and, auditioning, that can be such a soul sucking,
Yeah.
hurts your ego process. But then being on the other side of it, when you're casting stuff, it can be something as simple as like, oh, she's taller than the other guy. You know what I mean? Or
Yeah.
like, it's just like the small little details that you don't even think about.
And it could even be as simple as like, they're good. I just prefer the other person.
Yeah. Or like the
Uh,
other person like works better for the role or whatever. But
I'm
yeah,
I'm talking
sometimes.
like not even for those reasons, just like I just get a better vibe off that
Yeah,
person.
yeah, that's what I
And
mean.
you're
Like sometimes it's like, oh yeah, they're good, but this person seems like more fun to like.
yeah.
Maybe it'll be great to work with. I don't know, but I just mean like sometimes it can be something so small, like oh she has bangs. We don't want them to have bangs. I don't know, like
Yeah.
it's outside your control what they how
And
they.
is that why you cast yourself in your film?
Yeah, I was like, nobody can do this role, just me. No, I was on the fence about casting. Well, I because I had a my co-producer and first AD, he was like, "Are you sure?" Because this is, and we've worked together before, and I'm always like, "Put me in it again." And he's like, "This is a very ambitious short as is with the limited money we have and limited time, and you also want to be in it while directing it." And I was like, "Yeah." And yeah, it was definitely a lot of work, but yeah, I wanted to do. I was like, I think this is a fun role, and I want to be in it.
I think
So.
it paid off for your film, specifically
Thank
because
you.
it's it's your humor, so
Yeah, exactly.
it
Yeah.
reads more natural coming from your mouth.
Yeah. Yeah. And I am I think that's even why I want to like direct the things I write. It's very hard for me to like I guess hand over control or like trust somebody else is going to do a good job. Not that
Yeah,
I feel like people could, but I also was like I just didn't have time. Like we had some other actors fall through and we had to recast and I was just like I'll just do this role. I'm going to do it. We'll figure it out. Like, it'll just
you were
work
just
out.
you were just primed, ready. Like
I was. I was like, I'll do
I'll
it.
do it.
Yeah,
Don't worry,
yeah, yeah.
everyone. I've memorized the
Yeah,
script.
they're
It's like
like,
you
we
wrote
haven't,
the script.
right? Yeah, you haven't even auditioned anybody for this role. Oh no. Well, I guess I'll just whatever, jump to the plate.
We've run out of time. It looks like I should go.
Yeah, now I have
My
to.
producer, when she signed on, she was like, "I'll sign on, but you're not allowed to act in it." And I was like, "It's completely fair. It's completely fair." And I
Fine.
was like, "I won't."
I guess.
Just trying to get in like a window reflection and be like, can I get some performance? There
Yeah.
was one shot, and I was like on the monitor watching the shot, and I was at like the back corner of one of the rooms watching it from the other way, and the scene was going so perfectly, and I was like, oh, this is so good. And then I just saw something out the corner of my eye that was like, that doesn't look like that should be in shot, and I kind of just like moved my arm like this, and I was like,
Oh no.
fuck, I'm in
Oh
shot. So I had to
no.
like stand up and be like, I've ruined it, everyone. I've ruined it. I've ruined everything. But technically, I was in my own film.
Yeah, should have kept it in there.
Should have kept it
Just
in.
a little wave to
It could have been
camera.
a bit creepy, just like
Yeah.
buongiorno.
Yeah.
Let's get into the first question.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
So, what was the first film you saw at the cinema?
So I was thinking about this and I don't remember. I was like
Perfect.
talking
Next
to,
question.
yeah, I was talking to like my mom, and my sister, and I was like, do we remember? Because we had so many like VHS tapes, we rented and bought so many. The one that like the earliest memory, which is not even that early, it's like middle school, so I'm sure I've seen movies before that. But was I saw Spice World in theater, and I just remember because it was like a big group of us were like friends all went and like took over and like in looking back I'm like I'm sure we were a nightmare to everybody else who was in that theater, but it was very much like in middle school where it's like Becky and John are like he's fingering her in the front row, like that's like when like the I don't know weird sexual exploration comes
Yeah.
like and weird shit happens in the movie theater. But I remember it during Spice World, which I have you seen Spice World?
No, it's one of those ones that when it came out, I was probably thinking myself too cool to like Spice Girls
Oh,
and
right.
Spice
Yeah.
World, while secretly also being like way into Jerry Halliwell. And
Oh, yeah.
um, then like as an adult, it's always just something that I've not got round to watching, even though I'm always on the hunt for it. Like I buy
So bad.
secondhand VHS and DVDs and stuff. And whenever I think like if I ever see Spice World on video, I'm buying that. Like,
Yeah.
but
It's
not
funny because
unless.
it's really bad. And I don't remember it being really bad. I think my middle school brain, and maybe I was too preoccupied with like the gossip of what was happening in
Oh
the
yeah,
theater, but I,
trying to see
I
someone get
really,
fingered.
yeah, I was like, what's happening in the front row? But I remember liking it. And then apparently, so yeah, it's not like streamable anywhere. And there's a place in LA called Vidiots, and they have, it's like a similar to Blockbuster, like they have movies to rent. So they had it there. So my friends and I were like, oh my God, let's have a movie night, watch Spice World. It's bad. It's really not good. There's so many like unnecessary plot lines. Like Alan Cummings is in it for basically no reason.
Fair
He's
enough.
great, but I mean, yeah, surprisingly Posh is the funniest one in it, which I was like, what? I don't remember her
Not what
being
you'd
the funny
expect.
one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, that's the first one that I remember seeing in theater. I'm sure that I saw some earlier, but I can't.
And were
I
you a
have
Spice
terrible
Girls
memory.
fan?
I was a Spice Girls fan, yeah.
Yeah.
It's funny, I have an old I re like a year ago, I used to read these like YM magazines, which are like one of those like 17 like
Yeah.
how to please your boy or whatever. So I've got all these like vintage YM magazines and like the iconic covers that I remember were like the Spice Girls. I have Spice Girls, Natalie Imbruglia randomly, Drew
Nice.
Barrymore, Gwen Stefani, Britney, and Madonna. Just like the iconic covers. But I was like, I
Dope.
have to get the Spice Girls one. I remember that one.
Have to. You have to
Yeah.
get them. One of the my partner Kirsty, when we first started seeing each other, she mentioned that she always wanted the Drew Barrymore cover of Playboy back from the 90s.
Mm.
And I was
Mm-hmm.
like, oh, I'm gonna have to track that down. And then I got into like an absolute rabbit hole of like, oh yeah, I should get way into like really like the best like photo shoots. And I'm not talking about the topless ones, but like the celebrity ones that they used to do. Like there was so many
Mm-hmm.
like good photography in like all of the magazines of that time because that's where the money was. And I was like, oh,
Totally.
I could totally get into this. And then I was just like, I'm just looking at getting a collection of old porno here.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
like,
like, I'm just a skeezy guy now.
yeah, genuine. But I'll live with this
Drew
life,
Barrymore in the 90s, she was so iconic. That like
right?
platinum blonde hair, those like really thin eyebrows. She was
Yep.
so hot.
And that front cover on the thing is her with like a real short pixie cut kind of cut
Hmm.
and like a white crop top on a
Hmm.
white background. And she's all like all platinum herself, like with the hair and stuff. And it is just
Hmm.
like, come on.
Yeah,
90s Drew, she had it all.
yeah, she was so hot. And she had like those little like flower clips all the time. Yeah,
Yep.
I loved her. She was so cool.
I think you've almost described the cover almost perfectly, like
I
you
was like,
know it
did I
off by
look?
heart.
Maybe I looked at this porno. I don't remember. But
Maybe.
that was like totally her look. Like even the one I have now, I think I saw when I was like looking for it, I saw like a behind the scenes shoot. And yeah, it was very that vibe of like, and like her wearing like a white shirt with no bra. And like, she just like
Yeah.
looked so cool.
Maybe it was the same shoot and the ones that are a bit more tame they sent
Yeah,
like
they're
to the
to
YA stuff.
YM.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they were like, you can get that
You
stuff.
guys have this one. We're gonna have the booby ones on. Yeah.
Well, there was the Marge Simpson Playboy as well.
What?
You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Oh.
She did it. I say she did.
Yeah.
Come on. Julie Carpenter,
She
like
willingly has consciousness and yeah.
exactly. And she would have loved to have done Playboy. No, The Simpsons did it was like an anniversary issue, I think, of Playboy, but they did a centerfold of Marge Simpson. And Matt Groening did the drawing of like Marge with like a slip on like a bear rug or whatever.
Oh.
And I was in Vegas for my 21st birthday because I'm such a, bloody bloke. And I went down and it's like the first time I'd ever bought a Playboy sort of like face to face because I was like, oh, sick, it's the Simpsons one. And my brain was just like, oh, it's the Simpsons one. That's what I'm picking up. So I got to the counter and I was like, some junior mints and this Playboy, please. And she was like, you all right? And I was like, I'm good.
Yes, I am.
Like,
I am, ma'am.
and I am 21. So
Yeah.
that's good.
That's so funny. Junior
So,
mints are good.
I mean, they're pretty damn fine. I love them. You
Hmm.
can't really get them over here.
Really?
We have a thing called poppets, which are yeah, I know poppets.
Yeah. Interesting. What was I thinking of puppets? Oh, I was thinking the like things that you throw on the ground and they pop. Did you guys
Oh
have
yeah,
those?
they're
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the
Aren't they called puppets?
semicircle.
Yeah, they're
And
like
then
little. Yeah, yeah. I think those are called puppets, right? Anyway,
maybe if only there was an internet for us to check, but I'm not
I
connected.
know. Well, too bad. Too late.
So, I'm pleased to hear that you are a VHS kid as well. I obviously don't know
Hmm.
how old you are, but
I'm not telling you. I'm
I,
21.
I don't want to know.
Yeah.
A friend of mine, I spoke to him the other day, and I was talking to him about some stuff, and he was saying that the first film he saw at the cinema was the same year I first started working at the cinema,
Oh.
and I was like, my guy, what?
Uh,
And he was like, well, there's only like 10 years between us, and I was like, I don't like that. I don't like
okay.
that at
Don't
all.
bring that up again, please.
One of them said to me they made like a joke about 9/11, and they were like,
Oh
do you
my
remember?
God. That's always the,
And I was like,
yeah.
I was at school when that happened, man. Like it was a like it was a thing, all right? This isn't a meme to
Yeah.
us. I was
Yeah.
there. I wasn't there, but you know what I
9/11
mean?
is always like an interesting barometer. Like of some people that are like, I wasn't even born yet. And you're like, shut your mouth.
Fucking
Yeah.
I hate you.
Yeah.
But please still hang out with me because I need to stay youthful. Um, as well as your Spice World VHS, what other films did you watch over and over again as a kid?
Oh my God. Okay, I watched Labyrinth over and over again. I watched Dirty Dancing. I watched Beetlejuice
Nice.
and Edward Scissorhands. I would say those are like, and maybe Death Becomes Her. I think those are like my
Ooh.
top five that I like had a VHS tape and like watched over and over again. But I'd say Labyrinth probably the most. I
Yeah,
loved Labyrinth.
that kind of tracks with.
Yeah, my vibe is very
Were you a Dark
like
Crystal? Did you watch?
I actually haven't seen Dark Crystal, and that's everybody
Yeah.
says that, but everybody says it's not as good.
Well, I've never seen
Um,
it because I've
oh,
seen
okay.
Labyrinth. I don't need Dark Crystal.
Right, exactly. I think that's why I haven't been as motivated, but I am now curious because most people ask me that, and I think it's still the same like Muppety kind of magical
Yeah,
vibe.
it's Jim Henson for
Um,
sure. So
yeah. But I think yeah, a lot of my childhood was a lot of like fantasy, camp, and like a little bit macabre, like a little bit dark, Beetlejuice, Adam's Family, Death Becomes Her, camp,
yeah.
not horror, but like macabre
Oh, but
vibes.
it's definitely like it's the entry level to
Yes,
horror
it's kids.
because
What? Yeah,
Labyrinth ain't good. Like it's not good for a
yeah,
kid's brain. It's quite a weird one to watch. And like
yeah.
Adam's Family 1 and 2, they were definitely films that I watched a lot as a kid,
Oh, me
and
too.
I was just like, yeah, I like all this. I like all this like graveyard stuff. This looks pretty cool.
Yeah, yeah, same. It's funny because I showed my nephew who now I don't know, I think he's 11 or 12 now. I don't remember. I
It'll
think it was only
change
last
next year.
year. Yeah,
Yeah,
I don't remember kids' ages. I'm like, are you five? I don't remember. Um, but I showed him Beetlejuice and like his mom's friend walked in and she's very like prissy and she like it was the scene when Gina Davis and Alec Baldwin are in like the bride and groom and they're like
yeah.
decaying and she like told on me to them her mom that I'm just like showing her kid this like horrible
Horror.
movie and I was like it's Beetlejuice, okay. I saw this movie and I was like very young. I
They
don't
got a
know what
Harry
to tell you.
Belafonte song in it. It's clearly okay.
That part I also showed him Gremlins, which so good, one and two, but I do forget how like I was like oh Gremlins is actually kind of scary and like
Yeah,
gory, I guess. That I
yeah.
forgot about, but he loved him.
But I think that's like I don't think kids films. No, I say kids films. Like I just don't think like family films or kids films have that like edge anymore.
Yeah,
Everything
they're like too saccharine.
and even like adult films are more designed for sort of 20-year-old dudes. Like nothing is like this is a bit dark and a bit weird, but in a fun way. Like
Right.
enjoy it. Nothing's really like that.
I know, and that's I want to bring that back. We're losing also some camp, and I'm glad that
Yes.
Naked Gun did well because I think like we need movies like that, like escapism.
It was so I saw it at the theaters and it was so fun because it was like no one was it wasn't serious. It wasn't taking itself
Mm-hmm.
seriously. It was silly things happening. And like I was
Right.
like, oh thank God, because I was sick of watching a film where you know that, honest trailers would be like, oh, what's the likelihood of that wall breaking down with a car driving away? It's like, oh, shut up. Like
Yeah, yeah,
it's
yeah,
a
yeah.
fucking it's silliness, man.
It's
Like
silliness. And it's funny, and even though Naked Gun did have a social commentary, I do feel like the norm has become that like a comedy or a horror or every movie can't just be just fun. Like it has to be saying something. And
Ugh.
sometimes I'm like, can it just be just fun?
That's
Like
the
popcorn car
question,
horrors and
right? Like
yeah.
just all the films we watched growing up that we just loved.
Yeah,
I'm sure if you dug into them, there's meaning,
sure.
and a lot of horror has a lot of representation in sort of the queer community because you can be like, ah, yes, it's the fear of a difference, or it's not being
Mm-hmm.
yourself, and it's
Mm-hmm.
wonderful to watch those things and realize that. But that wasn't their sole purpose. Their sole purpose was let's spook them, let's spook them,
Right.
and get them in
Yeah.
the cinemas. That's all we want.
Right, exactly. Like just like a nice slasher movie. It was
Mm,
just who's gonna die next? It was not
yeah.
like, saying something. I mean, like you said, I'm sure there is something being said just in horror in general, but yeah, I want some of those to come back. We need escapism right now, you know?
Oh, don't we just? Don't
Yeah.
we just? But I think it's because of, without getting into it, it's because of those things that we're not allowed those escapisms because it's almost like the things that are happening are fucking terrifying enough as it is that
Right.
it's like we can't make jokes about it just yet because we're not on the other side. And
Right.
I
So
don't
now
know.
let's just do jokes of just jokes. Right? Isn't this
Mm.
fun? Let's pretend we're in this world.
How does that
Yeah.
work as a comedian and with sort of
What's going on?
with comedy films? Because comedy is obviously it's a story that is a setup that pays off with a funny ending. And
Hmm.
if films are just constantly references and hoping you get it, like does that as a comedian does that drive you mad? I imagine it would.
I mean, it also it's tough because I'm like, I can't even think of a straight comedy that's come out recently. You know what I mean?
No.
Like they're all dramedies. Yeah, I can't think of like just like the Bridesmaids or The Hangover, like those
Yeah.
movies of like the more recent times. I guess Bottoms is probably the closest. That one was fun. But
But obviously no one could enjoy it because it was about women having a nice
right,
time.
and it was
So
like lesbians, really? Are those real?
I mean, come on. Is everyone a
Yeah.
lesbian nowadays? That's the question
Yeah.
everyone's
How
asking.
could you not possibly be attracted to a man? That's crazy. Um, yeah, that what I liked about that movie too is it was just so bonkers. Like it felt very did you ever watch Strangers with Candy?
No, but that has
You
come up
didn't?
twice
Really?
recently.
Oh, that's so
Yeah.
funny. Isn't that funny how that happens when you like hear about something that you've never heard of before and then suddenly you're either seeing it or hearing it everywhere? That's so weird.
Yeah.
You should watch Strangers with Candy.
All right.
It's a show from it was like back in Comedy Central or something with Amy Sedaris, who's
Mm.
genius. Uh and it's just about her like she was like used to be or she dropped out of high school and like then became a prostitute and got into drugs and all this shit. And now she's like going back to high school to like finish her or get her diploma. It's
Okay.
very like one of those shows that's like couldn't be made now. But it's so funny, but it's so like silly and weird and yeah, it's so funny. Anyway, I don't know why Bottoms kind of like had some of those elements to it. It was just like, did you watch Bottoms?
I didn't watch no.
Okay. It just had
Not for any specific reason other
you're
than
like, yeah,
it didn't
you
line
hate
up and
lesbians?
I despise
Yeah.
them. That's,
I knew it.
I don't.
Uh yeah, you're like, please, I'm cutting this out. No, it just had like those kind of elements to it. Um, I forgot your original question. I think I went on a tangent.
Comedy and film and how does that affect you as a comedian?
Oh, right. How has that affected me as a comedian? I don't know. I guess that's also why I've gotten into horror because I guess yeah, maybe that's where my brain was going of I don't feel like street hot comedies are made. So now it's like horror comedies are fun because like you automatically have stakes, but you can still make it funny and horror follows kind of the same tension release that comedy does. But yeah, I don't know. I'm hoping that comedy films come back. I hear they're remaking Scary Movie, and I'm like, okay, yeah, let's have that. I love it.
Let's
Naked
see how
Gun.
that goes.
Right,
Like,
let's see how it goes. Let's see if you guys actually do a good job.
but I'm
Because they
open to
usually,
it.
yes, do tend to ruin remakes, and that
They
makes me
do.
sad.
I think the fact that the Wayans brothers are coming back for this one like gives me like some hope because it's like
Yes.
okay, it's back to the original guys. Like, let's hope that it's not just a homage to it. It's a new one in that storyline. I don't know.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm hoping. I also just hope they don't just like try so hard to remake it, and they just, I think that's
Yeah.
the trap people get into. Like with Beetlejuice, and then I didn't even
Mm,
watch the Hocus Pocus. I was like, I can't even. Don't taint this for me.
no.
But I was like, I just feel like from what I've even heard about Hocus Pocus, they just try to recreate the original as opposed to like taking these iconic characters and putting them in a modern situation.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
I was saying a similar thing about horror because horror seems to be the last place where you can still try new things.
A
So
hundred.
it's so good that that horror is, I think, the best place to be as a filmmaker because you
Same.
can
I agree.
do whatever you want, and you're like, but here's some gore as well, so there's horror, but here's the other
Right.
things I was trying, and everyone's like, oh, this is
Hmm.
great.
Also, it's like you don't have to have names attached to it as much. I mean,
No, yeah,
even like ones that have theatrical releases, like don't have to have big names attached to it, and they're just like, yeah, it's the only genre right now that they're making new stuff as opposed to like just IPs and whatever. Like
yeah.
yes, they're getting remade. The Strangers and Megan. They're kind of falling into that Marvel world a little bit, but at least they're like new ones are coming out and I don't think any other really have the same
I'd say the
any of the
one that
same.
the horror film that got a sequel that I do not understand why is The Black Phone.
Yeah.
Like that doesn't. I don't know how we're going to get a second one of that, but apparently we are.
Yeah. My friend was like, isn't it basically like Nightmare on Elm Street? Because I guess now I don't know if he specifically comes in the dreams, but like he's definitely dead and he's coming in some sort of I don't know. Um I didn't really
So
like Black Phone, the first one, so I don't know. I'm not gonna watch
okay,
it.
fair enough.
I might watch it just because I'm curious, but yeah.
Did you watch the Smile films?
I did, yeah. I didn't love them as much as I did. I liked them a lot. Um, actually really liked the second one. I thought
Yes.
the second one was a very good sequel. I think the thing with the Smile films is like only certain actors do the smile really well. Sometimes some people just don't master it, and I think that's I don't know.
Who'd have thought Jack Nicholson's son could
Oh
smile
my
well?
gosh, yeah, he was great. Same with the guy that like what's his face? The one that was on like the first guy, the drug dealer guy, the first guy that to go. He was really good
Oh
too.
yeah, he was really good.
That smashes his face in. Yeah.
It was one of the first films in a long time where I actually jumped. Like
Yeah.
I can watch horror films and just
Yeah, same.
completely,
I'm like go
yeah,
to right to bed afterwards. Just gonna
yeah.
have a peaceful sleep.
We
Yeah.
don't need anything to a palate cleanser. I'm good. We can
Yeah,
go
no, no,
straight
no.
in.
I'm good. Uh-huh.
Whereas I can't remember what it was in Smile 2, but I actually had to like pause it, go downstairs, and be like, that film just made me jump. And
Oh.
Kirsty was like, "Oh my God," and
Which
I was like, "I know."
scene?
I think it was when they were all in her apartment
Yeah,
and
the
sort of
like all the
like,
dance the
yeah,
tableau. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah. That was
something in that
cool.
spooked me.
Yeah, I really liked the second. I almost no, not better. I don't know. I liked the
I
second one a
think
lot. There was a few,
I
yeah,
think the second one is better. Still, the first one is good.
yeah. I liked that the second one. Are we allowed to say spoilers on this? I guess. Oh, I mean, I'm hoping
Fuck them.
people have watched it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
fuck them.
hopefully you watch it. Otherwise, skip this part. Um, I like that the second one played with reality, like what's
Mm,
real and what's not. I mean, the first one did too, but the second one really like that dude, the brother of the guy, girl, I can't remember anything. Do you know who I'm talking about? Like the guy that finds her, the like investigator or whatever that is
yes.
like, I found a way, like that he's potentially not even real the whole time.
Yeah,
Is crazy.
that's good
And
though.
that like her friend was like not real the whole time. Like it's yeah, wild.
Oh yeah, I'm going to rewatch it.
Yeah. Anyway,
So that was good.
the other movie that sorry to go on a tangent, but speaking of sequels that are actually good, I love The Descent. Did you watch The
I
Descent?
did see The Descent.
And I thought the second one was actually really good
I
too.
did not see the second one.
Oh, you should watch it. It's
What
good.
happens in the second one? Do they descend further down?
It's like one of those that like I think because this is going off the because remember there was like two endings for The Descent.
Yeah,
There was one where she actually does escape, and then there was one that she thinks she escaped, but it was all in her head, and she
yeah.
actually is down there still. So this is going off the one that she actually did escape, and I guess they're
Okay.
like they for some reason I think they have to go back and save that girl. They're like they basically are like we need to go back, but we need you to with us to show us where it is or something.
Get fucked, mate. I'm not
Yeah,
going
that
back
part.
down there.
For some reason she does, and so that's maybe that's a little bit of the leap of logic, but yeah, they they go back to save of the girls or see if there's any survivors, and she goes with them.
Sounds good. I'll add it to the odd watch list, the ever
Yeah,
growing letterboxed
I
watch
know,
list.
same.
Never gonna stop growing. So what was the first 18 rated film you saw, and how old were you when you saw it? Don't want to like
Um,
get your mum in trouble, but like,
you know, it's funny. It's like not even a flex this movie because it's so boring. But if you heard of the movie Disclosure,
yeah, the Michael Crichton
yeah,
adaptation.
yeah, I
Nice.
watched that. But I because I remember my mom had it on VHS, and I think I was like 8 or something. I can't remember, maybe younger. But they have like that blowjob scene in it, and I just remember being like, maybe we should watch that scene again. Should we rewind
I
it?
was like, I was out of the room for a minute there. Can we just go
Yeah.
back? I missed it. And
You know, I'm kind of I'm not really understanding like the whole like logic. Maybe we should rewind it again. Yeah.
I think there was some
So that
plot I
was
missed. Can we,
yeah. So yeah, it's like
you
an
know,
erotic thriller. We need more erotic thrillers, but
totally do.
I was just gonna say I dressed as her for Halloween once, Demi Moore's character. It was a Halloween that I was like really phoning it in, and I was like, I don't have anything, but I had like a businesswoman looking suit and I had a briefcase, and I was just like, I'm just gonna say I'm Demi Moore, and I just
Nice.
kept threatening people to blow them and ruin their families, ruin their lives. Don't make me blow you. I'll ruin your life.
Sounds like a dreadful party.
Yeah,
But
it was funny the people that got it though, because it was such a deep
nice.
cut.
Well done. It's those erotic thrillers were like they were a joy. Like I I think they're a bit more of a tamer way of like being introduced to sex as a kid as well, because not it's not explicit in any way, and there is,
Yeah,
yeah, you might get the hint of a blowjob, but you're not seeing a fucking cock in the mouth.
sure,
So
yeah.
it it does feel like those films definitely introduced kids of our lot to sort of being like, oh, go on then,
Yeah, what's going on over here?
what's
Yeah.
this business? And like,
Yeah.
I wasn't diving headfirst into hardcore pornography. I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
ease me in with Fatal
Right.
Attraction. Show me what you can
Yeah.
do.
Let me watch Silk Stockings on USA Network. I don't know if you ever saw that show. That was very horny. I'll just be like, gives me tinglings down there.
Which I'm sure is because I love film. That's
Right.
why.
I just love the plot so much of what's happening here with this office building and this
Show me
I
more
don't
of this
know.
plot.
Yeah. What was your first one?
First 18 or first
Mhm.
sexual, like erotic thriller?
When did you lose your virginity? No.
Oh, okay,
When's
right,
your
yeah.
no. When is your first? We call it rated R films. 18, you call it
Oh, yeah, of
18
course.
films?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sorry, yeah. So 18
That's
rated.
okay.
But
Yeah.
I would say your R's are also like 15. So we've got PG
Oh.
12A, 15, and 18.
Oh, so that would be like an NC-17 or something for us.
Kind
I don't
of.
know if there's anything beyond well, NC-17 technically is beyond R. And I don't think we have many films like
No,
NC-17.
like I think your films go unrated before they'd go like NC-17
Mm.
because NC-17 is such a
Such a
hard,
bad, right.
yeah.
Yeah, they try not to get that. Yeah.
Whereas 18s, yeah, like Terminator was an 18.
Oh, okay.
You know what
Yeah.
I mean? So
Some
like
of
a
it
lot of
eh,
your
are.
R's are just R's.
Yeah.
I would say mine is it was either Terminator or Alien, and it was
Mm.
I had a buddy down the road, and he lived with it was just his dad, so obviously no rules. It was whatever you boys are watching, have fun. But they were just all of like his. I'm going to say adult films. They weren't adult films, but they were grown up films. And it was like you boys can put on a film, and like we were young. We were probably like 6, and it was just sort of like, oh, Terminator or RoboCop. Yeah, we should watch that. And then we would just watch those things. So
Mm.
it was more um, your action film
I
sort
mean,
of.
that's a bigger, that's, I feel like that's most people's. I'm like, I want to
Yeah.
watch this office build, this corporate America story.
And then you're like, show me Working Girl after this. I want to see Melanie
Yeah.
Griffiths nailing it in
Yeah.
business.
9 to 5. That's all I'm watching now.
But yeah,
Yeah. It's better to have like horror and action.
I think as well, finding out sort of the bisexual awakening of watching anything that's like Arnie or anything that's in like Predator. It's like, oh,
Mhm.
big muscly dudes. All right, I'll see what's going on with
Well,
that.
I'll see. Yeah, let's keep getting more of this.
So
Yeah.
I really like wrestling as well. I wonder if there's any. No, no, no. It's the storylines. That's what I like.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Those plots, man. We just love those plots. That's
It's
it.
all about the plot. That's all I'm into. I could just listen. I wouldn't need to watch.
Yeah, I don't even see it.
But obviously, I'm gonna watch because you consume
Yeah,
more.
right.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to miss anything story-wise.
Exactly. But what was the first film you watched that you considered grown up? So I've had a couple of interpretations of that question. Let's see which way you go.
I mean, I do think it was that one also because yeah, again, even beyond the blowjob scene, it was very like, huh? They're at an office. What's happening here? She's taking it. Like, it was just so like,
Yeah.
is this what happens when people go to work? Like, I didn't know.
You just getting blowjobs at the
Uh,
office all day? Is that what
yeah,
happens?
is that what you guys
Jesus.
do? That's crazy. Um, yeah, I think that one would be it. I'm trying to think of like another one that so I can give some diversity here. What are some ones that other people said? I'll just latch on to that.
Okay, Shawshank Redemption. Um,
Mm,
which
okay.
I mean, they threat a blowjob in that film, so
Hmm.
not as fun though.
I remember thinking this is not a movie, but TV show wise, I thought
Mm.
MASH was a big grown-up show. Remember
Yes.
MASH? That was a
Yes.
big like 'cause I was like, this is what you guys are all watching.
Yeah, like why is no one having a good time? Everyone seems to be
Yeah,
having a really,
yeah.
really miserable time.
It's all war stuff over here. This is not fun.
But I think the multiple interpretations of the considered grown up. One of the guests mentioned, I think it was Basic Instinct, because it was that
Mm.
similar thing of like, oh, this isn't for kids, you
Mm.
know?
Hmm.
And you watch Terminator, kids can watch Terminator, it doesn't matter,
Sure.
you know?
Yeah.
But then other people have interpreted it as like, oh, this is a film, not a movie, you know? And
Mm.
it's when they've
Hmm.
appreciated, like, oh, I'm watching Seven Samurai because I enjoy 3 hours of black and white,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And not like just, well, I'm going to watch Fast and the Furious 3 again. So,
Right, right. You're like, actually, I'm gonna watch Casablanca, or something. I mean, yeah,
I mean,
I just think black and
Casablanca's,
white. Yeah.
I really enjoy Casablanca, but yeah.
Yeah. But those movies that are like a little bit like it has a really big meaning, it's really stuffy.
Oh, yeah,
Casablanca's not that. Trying to think of what would be that.
fair enough.
We're gonna go disclosure.
I think that's a smart move. I think that's also
I mean, yeah, like what kid
shipping.
is like, I really want to watch, I can't wait to watch Disclosure. My first rated R film. Oh, I'm so excited for it,
Mum,
yeah.
can you run that disclosure again? Because,
Yeah.
oh, tip top.
Oh gosh, so
So,
stupid.
is disclosure is I feel like disclosure could be the answer to the rest of the questions. But what what film holds a special place in your
So
heart?
sweet to my heart.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, well, I've tied between two, but I feel like Life is Beautiful is one of those films for me. And I know that movie's like controversial, I guess, because they were like, you're making a comedy out of like the Holocaust, and I don't think that's what the movie was doing. I think it was
At
like
all.
in like the darkest of times to like hang on to.
A father's love will always be to
Yeah.
make his family happy as in any way he
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Yeah, and that it's funny because my mom doesn't like comedy, which is really fun for me. So I showed her the movie because I love also to go into movies blind. I'm like, tell me literally nothing about
Mm.
this. So I didn't tell her anything about the movie. And the beginning half, she was watching it, she's like, this is some kind of comedy. She was so like annoyed at me, and I was like, just wait. It's not. Just wait.
Give it a minute. It
I
gets
know.
fucking miserable.
Yeah.
Don't
And then once
worry.
it did happen, she was like, good, good, good. She loves drama, a historical drama. But yeah, I
And
think
that one
that,
is, so
oh my
historically
God.
correct.
Right. Yeah, I just love that movie. It shows like, yeah, like we just said, like a love for what love is and also striving for joy in the most impossible times, you know?
Okay.
Um, and I feel like what's his face that the Italian he was so good. He's
Sure.
such a
Yeah.
good like slapstick or commedia
Yeah.
dell'arte, you know, that type of comedy, which isn't you don't see as much
No, it's
anymore.
a real mainland Europe like style of comedy.
Hmm.
They kind of they still go with the slapstick or the sort of the silent comedy kind of like they're very exaggerated. They're moving things
Hmm.
around, and when they do talk, it's all like and it's all like,
Right.
okay.
Hmm.
And it's so funny because, yes, I am European, controversial, I know. British comedy being so sort of highbrow,
Cerebral.
intellectual and
Yeah.
wordy and, whatever, very
Right.
dry. And then just cross that channel into France, and then you just get a lot of like silly films.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like
Yeah, and you're just like, well, that's pretty dope too, actually. I quite like
yeah.
that.
There's something that really hits your like childhood. You're like, yay! He dropped his hat and then we tried to pick it up and his pants split. Yay!
Again, put on new
Yeah.
pants and split them again.
Yeah. Yeah, I love it.
Did you
The other one
have?
that oh, go
Go
ahead.
on, no, go.
No, I was gonna say the other one because I was caught between the two was like that movie like Little Princess. Did you watch or Little Princesses? Little Princess?
What happens
It's
in it?
like I know this girl, she's like, oh, I'm that vague. I'm realizing it's a lot of like dad stuff that I just brought up two movies that have like a lot of like dad heart stuff to them. This little girl separated from her dad or something. She's like a mean stepmom. And you know what? I can barely remember it now. But I just remember it like really made me cry a lot as a kid. It was, and her mom, because her stepmom was so mean to her, and there's just one line where she's like, "Every little girl deserves to be a little princess," and then I was like, "You're right." Like, I just remember it really spoke to me.
And you're like, that's it for the rest of my life. I got to be like, no, no,
Yeah,
no. I'm a little
I'm a
princess.
little
Don't.
princess. Every little girl deserves it. You know what? Let's keep Life is Beautiful there because
Okay,
I barely
good.
remember
Yeah,
Little Princesses.
nice. Um,
uh,
so your family Greek?
yes,
Did
my
you,
family's Greek.
did you have any introduction to any Greek films at all growing up?
Not really. Um, my yeah, they didn't really watch a lot of Greek. My grandma would watch like a Greek TV show. There's a show called Siniyamas, which is like it's a show that doesn't even really make sense because it just
Perfect.
feels like a bunch of people that are eating food, and then sporadically one will start singing, and then they start dancing. It's basically like a house
Wonderful.
party, but it's a TV show.
I mean, that also
Um,
sounds very like. So my family are Indian. I don't look it in the slightest, but my mum's side of the
mm,
family are Indian, and it's the same thing with like Bollywood films. It's just
hmm.
very serious, and then big old dance number, and you're like,
Yeah.
"What the
Where
fuck
did
did I
this come
miss?"
from? Yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, "Whoa, hang on."
This isn't even like a scripted show. This is like they're all just hanging out, eating food and drinking and smoking cigarettes, and then they have Greek singers that come, I guess, and just like they're like, yeah, go sing, and then she's just singing, and then people just go get up and start dancing, and we watch it. We still watch it
Perfect.
now, but my grandma would watch that a lot as a kid. But yeah, movies wise, I don't think we watched any that I can think of.
I don't know why I asked that question because I don't think I know a single Greek film.
I just don't. Yeah, I'm not. There's that one Dogtooth. That was a Greek movie. Did you watch that?
I know of it,
It's
but I didn't see it.
um like
What was
girl.
that
Okay,
noise? Ah, that.
I'm not gonna be good at explaining movies because I feel like I black out as soon as I watch them. But
Any Greek
no.
film? I don't
Yeah,
think I know
that's the
any
only one
Greek.
that I can think that came to mind is Dogtooth,
No,
which is interesting. We should have more. I feel like there was another one recently that I'm forgetting,
they're just
like
too
Zorba the
busy.
Greek, I guess.
Oh, my big fat Greek wedding.
Yeah, oh, right. My Big Fat Greek Wedding, duh. But I consider that
That's
American,
yeah, that's not a
still,
Greek film.
right.
That's
It's about Greek. Every time some people find out I'm Greek, not every time, but most times they're like, "Have you seen My Big Fat Greek Wedding?" And it is very accurate. I love that movie too because it like really does bring a lot of cultures together. I think
mhm.
not even being Greek, I think a lot of people, maybe more so that have cultural like roots, identify with
Yes.
that movie. You know what I mean? She did a great job at capturing that.
Uh, Mamma Mia? Is that
Oh
set in
yeah.
Greece?
It was set in Greece, yeah. But again, that's like an American movie just set in Greece. Or like even like Captain Corelli's Mandolin, not a good movie, but that's in Kefalonia, which is where my dad was from.
Well, there we
It's
go.
an island, a very beautiful island.
Have you been to
But yeah,
Greece?
like Greek. Oh yeah, I got my Greek citizenship a couple years ago.
Oh, just in case you have
Just in
to.
case, exactly, exactly. But it sucks because Greece isn't doing great either. No,
No, they went
nobody's doing great.
bankrupt like
Yeah, they
a few years ago, and
Germany had to come save them.
you know what I mean. And there's only so many Kalamata olives I can eat. I'm not bringing them back.
That's a bold thing to say to me. I can eat endless Kalamata olives.
No, can you know? I I would say like Greece is one of the places that like it's an easy holiday for like British people because it's only about like
Mm-hmm.
3 or 4 hours away. And every time I've gone, I've always loved it. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because of the amount of homeless cats.
Oh my God, yeah, they're everywhere. Mm-hmm.
And fuck me, you put a fleet of cats in front of me. I'm like, this place is sick. This is
Yeah.
amazing.
I love this place. Yeah, they really do. They are known for their wild roaming cats. And it's just like endless exploration. Like my a bunch of people for some reason this was the year that everybody went to Greece. You know, like I feel like last year everybody went to Tokyo,
Mm,
and this year everybody went to Greece. But anyway, so they reached out to me to like be like, oh, where should we go? And I was like, yeah, there's just like endless. There's so many islands I haven't even gone to. And especially a lot of times when I go, it's like with family. So I feel like only
it's a
recently
different.
have I been like, I'm a grown up, I can do my own thing. But usually you're like revert to be 11 years old and you
Yeah.
just follow them around as we go meet various old family and
Right.
have coffee on their porch. Is how I spend my vacations in Greece.
Still nice.
It's very nice, but sometimes more recently I'm like I'm gonna go to an island by myself because I'm a grown up person and I can do
Gosh
that.
damn it. But also, can
Yeah,
I be close to a family member in case it all goes horribly
yeah.
wrong?
But also, can you guys give me some money for the hotel? Because I didn't really think I was gonna be
Because
paying for anything.
I'm an idiot. I
Yeah, I
can't
thought
have
you guys were gonna
money.
pay for everything for me because I'm a little baby.
Every time my family are like, we're going to go to India. And I'm like, oh, yeah, that sounds good. They're like, do you want to come? And I'm like, oh, yeah, sounds great. They're like, because we're thinking staying here. Can you afford that? And I'm like, oh,
What do you mean?
probably won't go then. Probably can't afford it.
Yeah, you're my mommy and daddy. You guys supposed to pay for me.
Thought you were going to pay for me to go.
Yeah,
Like, I don't want to fly business class. All right. I'll fly
yeah.
premium. What is your controversial opinion on a famous film?
I have two. One, maybe I'll
Good.
share the other one.
Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it. Do it.
Well, first one, the safe one, is that Showgirls is a good movie.
Is
I mean, I
it?
think actually it's not even totally it is. It's a good movie. I don't
It's
even know if that's totally controversial because I think there's a cult following that would agree with me, especially
yeah,
in the gay community. Like Showgirls is like
yeah.
it's just such a fun, except for the one sexual assault scene, which is feels so out of nowhere in that movie.
God, you bloody woke
Otherwise,
Californian.
I know. But it's so like it's just so out of no it's like that movie is so like camp and crazy and weird and stupid and silly and funny and then all of a sudden this very graphic
Mm.
scene that you're like, why does this need to be in here?
I thought we were all having a
Um
good time.
yeah, I thought we were just talking, yeah. But otherwise, have you seen that movie
Yeah.
recently?
I think I've
Uh
seen it at least in the last 5 years. I've seen it.
yeah. I saw there's a thing in LA called Cinespia. Have you ever been to that?
I know of it. Yeah.
Yeah. For those who don't, it's like a movie screening in a cemetery, Hollywood Forever Cemetery in LA. And yeah, it's become a big thing now. Now it's like it used to be back when it first started, it was very like we have nothing, bring whatever you want, bring a little blanket and your little food and picnic and you guys bring that shit and we're going to show the movie. But now they have like a photo booth and a bar and like a DJ and
It's too
um
much.
I still think it's very fun. It's one of my favorite summer activities to do. But anyway, I saw Showgirls at Cinespia there recently, and it was so fun. It's a fun
Okay.
movie.
It is a fun movie. And Kyle
Mm-hmm.
MacLachlan being able to go sort of full ham is great.
Mm-hmm.
I love it.
And that one like really terrible sex scene in the pool. You're like,
Mm.
what the fuck is this?
Don't know how you do it.
Yeah,
That's
what's
it.
that?
Is that not how you
That's
do it?
not how you do it. Oh
I've had to put a
no.
swimming pool in the bedroom because that's the only
Yeah,
way to
you're
do
like,
it.
I just slosh around violently. Feel bad for your partner.
Hey, they say they enjoy it.
They say.
So, well, and what's
Okay.
your other controversial?
The other one, I was almost like nugget. I was like, I shouldn't say this one because, it's so cringe. But like working in the movie industry or what, or hoping to work in the movie industry, you don't want to like make enemies or
Yes.
say something bad about somebody's film. So I'll preface this with saying I love his other films. I just didn't love Nope. I didn't love Nope. I did not
Really?
think it was a great movie. And I know everybody is like, Nope is like Jordan Peele's best movie. And I'm like, you're wrong. It's Get Out. But
Nope,
anyway,
it isn't.
yeah, there we go. Oh, can't believe
Um,
I just didn't
yeah,
bounce on
don't
that.
worry. I'll make it sound like you came up with that
Yeah,
joke.
yeah, yeah.
Say it
Thank you.
back, and
Yeah.
then I'll.
Yeah, yeah. Wait, what? I don't remember what you said now.
Uh,
Nope, it isn't. There we go.
there we go. I liked Nope. I actually
Mm-hmm.
had a problem with Us. I
Interesting.
I thought Us fundamentally does not make sense because
Mm.
only the others mimic. It's not where they are, it's because they're the cloned others. So the fact that the girls swapped meant that the above ground version should have been mimicking everything the below ground version was doing. So it doesn't make
Mm.
sense.
I have to rewatch now because I don't think I they can only mimic.
I believe so. I think that's the whole like, or maybe they can't only
I don't know
mimic,
if
but
that's yeah, I think they can
maybe I need
because
to
they were
rewatch.
yeah, because I was like I thought that they could they still had like their own sort of agency because that's why they were all yeah, so I don't know. I have to rewatch now because I don't remember
Okay.
that being part of it. I think you're wrong. What do you
Um,
like about Nope? I'm curious. I think maybe also my issue, but I watched it again even. I do love Kiki Palmer. I think she's amazing. She's so
mhm.
great. Um I think I went into it expecting something like Get Out, and then it ended up being like, a Jaws, more of like a creature film, I guess.
Yeah,
Um, so maybe that was initially what I didn't love about it, probably the first watch. But then when I watched it again, I was like, yeah, I get that. I appreciate the like what it was going for, but I don't know why, it just didn't do it for me.
fair enough. I liked it, I think, because, like you say, it becomes a bit more of a creature feature and it plays with everyone's expectations by even having the fake aliens in the stable. And
Mm-hmm.
like when I
Mm-hmm.
saw that, I was like, "Are you fucking kidding? Like, fuck off! That's not scary. Like, what are you doing?" And
Mm-hmm.
then it turns out it's not. I was like, "Oh, you got me." And then, like, I think having that, and then the whole sort of world and set with the little sort of rodeo town thing going on, I really enjoyed that, and the whole ape losing his mind and like disfiguring the girl. I thought
Mm-hmm.
that was all really good. I don't know. I on a whole, I was a lot more receptive to that film than I was Us. Like when I first watched Us, I was like, "This is good. I like this." And then by the end, I was like, "Hang on, I I don't know if
Mm.
I agree." Whereas with Nope, I remember watching all of it and just sort of being like, "Yeah, go on then. That was good."
Yeah. I think I just it's funny also I heard that the monkey scene because it is a little bit what's the word I'm looking for? Like ham-fisted in the film. I heard that like Jordan Peele had that idea for that scene and then he's like
Yes.
I'm just gonna put it in this movie. Like it doesn't actually like isn't
No.
really needed for the movie.
And yeah, and it feels like a bit like in Midsummer, the disfigured girl who was sort of in the trailer and she like
Yes, yes, yes.
looks
Yes.
and
Uh-huh.
it's like they're having the
It's like a
woman just doing the look in Nope in the trailer. It's like, what the fuck's going on? And then when you watch it, you're like, oh,
that's not even a really big part of it. Yeah.
yeah, that's
It was
not
a bit misdirect.
that's just like a fun shot that they got on the day, and they were like, put that in. That's weird. So,
Right, yeah. The other thing I didn't like, I was like, remember that shoe that was just balancing? I was like, why was that a thing? I couldn't. Anyway, maybe I need to rewatch it again
I'll
to try to
rewatch
give
it.
it a chance. But
Fair enough. I'll rewatch it as well because I think I really liked Get Out, and one of the scariest things ever was the groundskeeper sort of just running in the dark straight
hmm
to the screen. I was like, fuck, no, 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 no. And I was kind of disappointed with Us, and I was like, oh yeah, Nope is it's good. I liked that, but I now don't give Jordan Peele sort of the any benefit of the doubt.
wait.
I'm
Mm.
just sort of like, I'll see how it comes out because I don't know. You've given me three films, and your first was the best. Like,
Right, agreed.
and
And
it's
also, and I thought so. I watched him recently,
okay, yeah,
and I thought he wrote or directed it, but no, his production company did it,
yeah.
and it was so bad.
I've heard.
It had such promise because I was like,
Yeah,
it's so cool. It was like it could have been a Black Swan, but from like the male sports
yeah.
perspective. Like it had such promise and it's speaking on like and I know what it was saying. I think I read somewhere where it was like it was all style and no story, and that's exactly how I felt. It was just like so but it was such a bummer because that's his promise. But anyway, I went into it thinking that Jordan Peele had something to do with it, and he really kind of didn't.
But then it was the same deal with Monkey Man with Dev Patel.
I
Dev
never saw
Patel,
that.
did you not see that? That was good. It was
Mm-mm.
kind of Dev Patel's take on John Wick.
Mm.
but set in India. So obviously, this guy was like, "Oh yeah, sick," and
Hmm.
Jordan Peele produced that. I don't know how much he produced it. He was
Sure,
there at like a
yes.
lot of the interviews, and it was like, yeah, because it's better to have Jordan Peele sat next to you
Right.
than
To have that name, yeah.
Dev Patel. Dev Patel's a big name over here. I don't know if you guys know Dev Patel well enough to sort of give him the like, oh yeah, cool, he's directing something. But
Mm,
I imagine having Jordan Peele next to you when you're
yes.
starting off, it's kind of the
Gives you, like,
dream.
yeah, for sure. It's funny because I think for him, he's not in any of the interviews. I don't know if that's
Oh, really?
saying something of him not wanting to be attached to it as much, but
It's again having, being in the industry, you also know those sort of things. Like if you don't want to put your name or face to something, like that says more than giving a shit interview. So I
mhm.
do feel like when someone's like, "Oh, they're producing this. Are they in any of the interviews?" No. Oh,
Right.
are
Mhm.
they at the premiere? They've not gone to the premiere. Oh,
Mhm.
okay.
Mhm.
You know,
Mhm. Yeah. Yeah, he needs to make some more stuff because yeah, you're right. He's only made 3 movies.
he
And
did
I
Twilight Zone, the TV show. He
oh,
remade that.
yes, yes, yes. I never saw that. I should. I'm not
I
a
don't
big
think anyone
TV
else
show
did.
person. Oh, really?
Wasn't great.
Yeah, I bummer. Yeah, I'm not a big TV person. I tried to watch Twin Peaks recently because I'd never seen it, and I feel like it's so everybody's like you would love it, and I'm just like I don't know. I don't. Do I have ADD? Like I just can't commit to something like this.
Uh, I used to love it, but I went back and rewatched the first. I wanted to rewatch all of it so I could do the third series, and I watched the
Mm.
first series, and I was like, "Eh, this is all right. Like this is good, you know." And then I get to the second series, and I'm like, "I don't give a fuck anymore. Like
Hmm.
this is
Hmm.
so boring." And then everyone's like, "Oh yeah, yeah. Well, Twin Peaks is good for like the first series and maybe like a couple of the episodes that Lynch wrote and directed in the second series." And then, and it's like, well, hold on, hold on. If I'm looking at 20, 30 episodes and 10 of them are all right, now I'm all right. I haven't got time for
Right.
that.
Yeah,
It's,
exactly. It's funny when people, because I think the opposite. Most people love watching TV shows and
yeah.
don't want, but their argument is always like, "Oh, I don't have the attention span for a movie," and I'm like, "That's so weird," because
You're
TV shows,
consuming
you're
eight
like, yeah,
hours.
exactly. You're like, you're not just watching an episode, you're watching like seven of them. So that's
And
way
people are
more of an
like,
attention span.
oh, you got to give it a couple of episodes to really get in. It's like 3 hours. If I watch 3 episodes, that's 3 hours. I can watch
Mm-hmm.
two shit short films and have a great
Mm-hmm.
time. Like,
Yeah.
if a film hasn't caught me in the first half an hour, I'm going to be like, all right, but I'm going to now watch this over my phone. And then,
Mm-hmm. Right.
and if I realize I've been looking at my phone longer than the film, I'll just turn the fucker off. I'll still log it on Letterboxd. I'm not a
Sure, sure. I did.
lunatic.
I should get Letterbox. I just have everything like on my notes app, and I've tried to get on Letterbox. Maybe I should. I just am not a good and I guess maybe I thought this was like necessary, like to rate the films, and I'm
You
not
don't
a
have
good
to.
rater. Yeah, I didn't realize that. I guess, or I don't know why. I was just like, I should
I
just add them. Like I watched this.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I use it for. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't look at reviews and I don't read other people's reviews because I'm a bit like,
yeah.
I don't fucking know you.
Exactly.
What
Yeah.
do
I
I
don't
care
trust
what
you
you
there.
think?
Fucking Death Becomes Her has like it's not like a 40 or something% rating on Rotten
You know what I
Tomatoes.
mean?
Fuck
And
you
you're going to tell
guys. You guys
me
don't know
Death
shit.
Becomes Her
Yeah.
is not going to be one of the fucking dopest films ever out
That
there?
part.
Like,
Yeah,
come
you
on.
didn't
I
get
remember
it, dorks.
I watched that as a kid, and yeah, I was going to mention it earlier, but like, I remember watching that as a kid and just sort of being like, this is sick. This is
That's so
so
good.
like it's so good. I love it. I love that Bruce Willis is playing like a dweeb as well. Like,
Hmm.
I loved it.
My friend yesterday I went to like pick her up because we went to that estate sale that I
Hmm.
mentioned. But her husband was watching Death Becomes Her because he had never seen it before. And I was like, oh, I'm so jealous for you. I'm so
Right?
jealous. And he loved it. I was like, yeah, it's perfect. It also made me think of, my day job, I work as a copywriter and at an ad agency, and they are very much, AI is like,
Mm.
AI, AI, AI. And I'm so, I don't know. But we were
That's
having
what my partner does. She's a
works a
copywriter. Well,
copywriter.
she's a content producer, but in the same deal. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, also copywriter is going to be, you're going to have to sort of be a content producer anyway, because they're like, we want you to be able to write and also design and
Yep.
that's what the role is going to become. Um,
And can you
but
just do it
anyway,
on AI? Because that'd be quicker.
Yeah, yeah. It's I was talking about it with my boss because we're just talking about like, there's always like an adoption period to these things. And I'm like, I don't know. AI feels different because it doesn't feel like it's like bringing us together. It feels like it's replacing us. Like social media, internet, that sure it has a double-edged sword where it's like it has not great for your mental health and da da da.
Yeah,
But it ultimately brought us together. Like we can,
totally.
keep in touch on Instagram now because of that, whatever. But AI is like replacing people, and that's what's whatever. Anyway, but all to say, I was bringing up how like in film, like you think about like when CGI took over, and CGI is like practical effects still age so much better. You look at again, Death Becomes Her, so
Yeah.
amazing. The Thing, amazing. So something from like the 80s, 90s, 70s even ages better than like CGI from like 2010s. You know what I
Mm,
mean? So that's what I guess I was trying to. I don't know why I brought AI into it. I guess I'm just saying like I hope that sometimes technology isn't always needed. Like, or I get that it's like makes things more affordable and da da da. But not everything has to be motivated by capitalism.
right. I
Mm.
I always feel like with the AI thing, it's use AI to do maths quicker, solve equations quicker,
Right.
solve problems quicker.
Yes.
But when it comes to creativity, then go fuck yourself. Like
Right.
don't go near
Why do
it
we need
because
Tilly Norwood or whatever? Like, why do
like
we need that?
back before in a previous job I was a graphic designer and the but for a fucking finance company and it was soul destroying and I hated my life for 8 years. But
Mm,
hey,
mm-hmm.
and towards the end, our CEO came up to me and goes like, "Have you looked at any AI software for like the things you do?" And I was just like, "I'm gonna tell you now, John, I'm not going to because it will replace me in this company if I start adopting those
Right.
things. So I can't teach you how to replace me. If you want
Right.
to do that,
You
that's
learn.
fine. You
Yeah.
learn, you sack me. I don't give a shit."
Yeah.
But I'm not going to be the one that introduces it to this thing. And he was like, I just think there's really good ways to streamline processes. And I was like,
Right.
the more I use a program, the quicker I get at it. So if
Mm-hmm.
like just keep giving me work and I will streamline processes.
Mm-hmm.
But they were just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, maybe we could do it like this. And I was like, you do what you like,
Mm-hmm.
mate. I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
And now if you look at all their website, it's dog shit. But
Also, I think like at least, and maybe it will get better, but I'm like, I think people think it's better than it is. It's just not like ChatGPT is like, I mean,
yeah,
yes, I use it sometimes too, especially I'm like, make this sentence shorter or whatever, like just
sure.
something that I don't feel like thinking about too much. But there are times where I've tried to use it, like ask certain questions and I'm like, no, like it's just not, it's not there yet. It probably will be at some point, which sucks, but I think it's like people are just acting like it's better than it is so that we
Yeah.
continue to.
But I think the people that are acting that is better than it is are the people that if you were to give them 30 years to come up with an original idea, they wouldn't.
Yeah.
And that's the problem. I think it's a lot of AI stuff is funded and backed by people who aren't creative in that way. And
Yeah.
they've always been bitter about that. Like, oh,
Yeah.
you can
Yeah.
tell a joke.
Yeah.
How comes you can tell a joke just off the top of your head? It's like, because you have to be born funny and then you have
Right.
to be observant and then you have to hone the
Right.
craft and you
Right.
can't just be
Yes.
funny, you have to work at being funny.
Right.
And then I mean you may not fall into that school of thought with humor, but they're just like, well, I can't be funny, so ChatGPT, give me some
Right.
jokes on this topic. And it's like, well, all right, it's
Yeah.
better when you riff and get
R-
it and then hone it. But
yes. Yeah. I know. I was telling my boss also about that, where I was like, at least stand up. I'm like, I think that's just something that can't. You can even like have a joke written, but I'm like, it's all about like delivery and like feeling the audience.
oh yeah,
There's just so many other like human elements that I just don't think that's at least at risk now. Not that it's making much money in general, but
I know what you mean.
yeah. Yeah. And I hope that in film too, like I think about like I brought up the example Sinners. I loved Sinners. I mean, I think it was like the best movie this year. Um that did you watch it?
It.
That one scene where the music scene where they're like
Mm-hmm.
different music. I was like, that's such a genius scene. I hope that people couldn't just like type that into ChatGPT couldn't come up with that. You know what I mean? Even if you like gave it that plot line like, oh, a vampire western movie about racism,
It
go. Like
100%
I
wouldn't have
just
come
feel
up
like
with
they
that.
couldn't. Yeah. So
Yeah.
I would hope even if it's at its very, very best, I'm hoping it couldn't, it just doesn't have the human experience to like come up with that.
Well, I just think that's the whole thing of the human brain is that it doesn't necessarily always think in like a linear path. It doesn't
Mm-hmm.
think any of those things. So if I am fed all the ingredients on how to make a recipe, I'm still going to add a little Sousson of salt every now and then
Very
because
that.
it's like we,
Yes.
I've just tasted it and I've tried it and it doesn't work. Let's try something else.
Right.
And I hope that that's the case with creativity, and I hope that they don't keep being pricks,
Yeah, me too.
but they will
Ugh. Yeah, I
because
know.
they're pricks.
Yeah, very that. Because there's everything's just so motivated by money. And that's like doesn't always have to be. Anyway.
Imagine if it wasn't.
Yeah,
If it wasn't motivated by money, what would it be motivated by? And if it's experience and user happiness,
that part.
imagine that. Imagine if
Yeah,
I
that
was
part.
always happy using your service.
Mm-hmm.
Or imagine I didn't need your service, because that's
Mm-hmm.
another thing you should consider.
That part.
Bastards. I hate people.
Bastards, me too.
I hate money people. I can't
Me
stand them.
too.
And
Same. I'm like,
it's
when is it enough? Like, you guys are like billionaire. Like, why do you need this much money?
like it's so
We should all just have money to be like, obviously, basic needs are met. It'd be nice to have a house and we can like travel. Like, I don't know. That's enough. Do we
right.
need several houses, boats? You know what I mean? Like,
I, I I also would hate to have that level of money where nothing has any desire to it anymore. Like,
right.
I want
Mm-hmm.
to be like, oh, I'd really like to get a new lens for my camera. And I'll do a research. Which one is the best? Which
Mm-hmm.
one is the best in this price bracket? Why is that one the best? Oh, I think I like that one. Okay, I'll figure out ways to get that lens. Whereas if it was
Mm-hmm.
just, I like camera, I'm gonna buy,
Me take creme right here now.
I'm
Yeah.
gonna buy
Mm-hmm.
all of Leica. And it's like,
Mm-hmm.
oh,
Mm-hmm.
great. All right. That sounds
Yeah.
dumb.
Oh, cool. Yeah.
No, I've never understood capitalism. Doesn't It just doesn't equate. It's something that it's just like, why do you need to be a billionaire?
That
What
part.
why
Mm-hmm.
do you need more money? I don't
Yeah.
understand. If I've got a tenner more than I need, 9 quid of it is available to anyone who asks. I don't need it. It's
Right.
more than I need. So
Yeah.
I don't know why you'd hoard it like a dragon.
Yeah. I know. Yeah, just things that are even in, obviously in our current administration here in America, like the things that are getting cut for more money. I'm like, you're cutting healthcare for people that can't afford it. You're cutting like making sure our water's clean so that you can pay. Why? Like you can't
And
just.
and why? If no one can afford the fucking healthcare,
Hmm.
don't make them sick.
Hmm.
Like
Yeah,
like
but that's kind of all
if
feels
you
orchestrated.
that's the thing that's absolutely madness to me, and they're trying to do it over here. They're trying to
Hmm.
sell the NHS, and it's like I don't. If I was in power, which I wouldn't be because I'm not a fucking sociopath,
Hmm.
it's like educate your entire population up to a college degree. Because if everyone in your country is the smartest, sick. You've got a lot of fucking smart people there. Keep them healthy, keep them fed. Like, make sure they don't need anything, so then they can be the best at what they want to be the best at. I don't.
Right.
But
Yeah,
I'm
that's.
a damn socialist, aren't I? So
Yes. I mean, same, right? But it's like, yeah, that makes sense. It shouldn't be like, well, we want more money. Us up here at the top, the four of us that can have all the money already.
right? And at what point are you just sort of being like, well, here's the money for you. Can I have it back? There's the money for me. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Look, we're the
Mm-hmm.
richest. And it's like you're just moving cash around each
Mm-hmm.
other. You're not, I don't know.
Yeah, I feel it. I feel you.
So you're not from California, are you?
No, I'm from originally Maryland, outside
Okay.
DC. Yeah. But I've lived in LA for too long now. Like 15 years,
Oh
16,
shit.
17 years. Yeah, it's been a while. Yeah, I moved here. Well, first I moved here after college. And I'm just give my age away. Moved here after college and then hated it at first. Moved back home, then New York, then came back here.
Okay.
Um,
You want to stay in New York?
I actually love New York.
Yeah.
I sometimes wonder. I was
New
talking about
York's
this with a
fucking
friend
dope.
yesterday. It's so cool, and it's more my vibe in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
in some ways, I guess I have like an East Coast bluntness to me. Um, and I like love a walking city. I love being able to just like hop on the train and like explore, and it feeds my sense of adventure a lot.
Hmm.
Um, but when I moved there, it was like I had it was right when like a recession happened, and I like wasn't making any money, and I broke my
Which
foot.
one?
I know, right? And I broke my foot, and I didn't have health insurance, and I was a waitress, and it was just like
Yeah.
all this, yeah, money stuff. But at the same time, I had started doing UCB out there, and that was kind of taking off a little bit. So I always wonder. I was talking about this yesterday with a friend, like it's like that Sylvia Plath fig tree. Like what life? Do you know that analogy? The fig tree
Loosely, but
analogy or
explain
whatever.
it.
Basically, just that the lives you didn't. We'll always grieve
Yes.
the lives we didn't take, right? It's like, oh, what if I never got married and I instead like traveled Europe? What if I, bought a farm and did this? Or what if I? So it's like, what if I'd stayed in New York? How life would have been then, right? You're just it's
And
anyway.
you would have pined after the life in LA that you never had.
Exactly.
So,
Right.
you
That's
know.
what I mean. We're always pining for the lives that the paths not taken. Like there's
Yeah.
always going to be paths not taken. So, um, yeah, I forgot where I got it on this, but that's the reason I didn't stay there because I had already lived in LA and I was at this crossroads of like, well, I'm just like purging money right now, not really making a lot and really struggling to get by. And I could continue and like I know I can probably move past this.
Mm.
Or at the time, my friends had started like a little production company out here and they were like, "Oh, we know you're writing stuff. If you come back, we'll film it."
Oh,
So I was like, I
nice.
could just like cut back to LA and kind of like where I left off. So I decided to do that.
Obviously, things could have been different in New York, but you are a touring comic.
I don't even know if I'm really touring as much, right? I mean, I'm kind of it's funny these last couple of years I've been doing like haven't been doing as much stand up and been trying to be more film,
Hmm.
but even like yeah. Because I love stand up, but it can just take a lot out of you, I think, like to
I
to
think as well, when the Matt Rifes and the sort of Kill Tony crowd are the only ones who,
norm.
yeah, they're the only ones that seem to be going anywhere. And you're like, okay, that's not like that might not be your
Right.
style, that might not be where you want to play it. There's definitely like the Boston comedy scene, the New York comedy scene, like
Yeah,
now it's
yeah.
the Austin
Uh-huh.
comedy scene. And if you are more of a New York kind of mentality and like of a New York sort of comedy, I don't think it's designed for that kind of comedy at the moment. I don't think the buyers of big stuff aren't looking for that at the moment. They're looking for,
Mm-hmm.
can we get another 12 Shane Gillises, please?
Yeah. Ugh. Hey.
Essentially anyone who went to Saudi Arabia. That's
Yeah, yeah, very that. Oh, that lineup was very telling.
I'm so disappointed in Bill Burr though.
I kind of expected it, I guess. I don't know.
Really?
I've
I
heard
kind of thought he wouldn't.
really?
I thought he might not. Like everyone else on that list, I'm like, yeah, cool, done,
I think
obviously.
like somebody. I think it was like Jessica Kirson. I was surprised by. I think it was her that I was like, "You're doing this list." I guess. Yeah, I was a little bit surprised by Bill Burr, but I don't know.
I saw that David Cross like really kicked off about people going over there,
Yeah,
and I was like, I knew I liked you, David. And then another part of me was
yeah, he's
like,
a
but I
cool.
also knew you were never going to get invited. Like,
Sure,
it's
of
not
course,
your,
yeah, but I still feel like he would say no, but still,
Yeah.
yes.
Let's get on to the last question, which is, what have you been watching recently?
I was trying to think about this because, like, girl, like I said, I have a terrible memory. Sometimes I'm like, I think that dementia's coming for me. But I recently, this is so random, and I don't know why I rewatched this movie, but I rewatched, what is it like? Let's talk about Kevin.
Oh yeah,
We need to talk about Kevin.
the Tilda
Did you see
Swinton.
that? Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is so dark. It's not one that you rewatch, but I don't know why. I was like, yeah, let's watch it again. Have you seen that movie?
Uh, I think I have.
Yeah,
Like
it's
I don't there was a period where I was watching a lot of films
yeah.
and I think I need to rewatch a lot of them because I don't think I took them in. I think I was just
Yeah, I
like
feel that.
making numbers.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Well, I don't want to get, I mean,
no,
you
I
know what
know the
it's about.
kids psychopath, serial killer, murderer.
It's like I don't want to give things
Two
away.
people.
Uh, um,
Uh
I was like, should I say this? But you find out early, you kind of know early-ish on, he
is a Trump
commits
supporter.
a crime.
Okay.
but I was like, I can't remember early on. You don't fully know exactly what he does, but yeah, he commits a crime, and it's really following the mother of him, which is Tilda Swinton, and she's obviously great. But yeah, it is an interesting movie. It's very much like I personally don't want to be a mom. Like I don't want to have kids, but this is very much like a cautionary tale of like, man, sometimes you get a bad egg.
I
It sucks.
rewatched,
What do you
I
do?
I watched Adolescence, and I was like,
Oh,
see, that there's another fucking reason why we shouldn't have them.
right? Yeah. He's like he had perfect parents, and he
And then
still ended up
apparently
like
Andrew
this.
Tate can tell your kid to be a fucking cunt. So,
Oh yeah. That the Adolescence was so good. The
mm,
third and fourth episode especially were so good. And
I
the fact that it
I
was all in one shot is crazy.
I watched all of it in one sitting,
I think
and
I did too.
and
No, maybe no, I didn't.
I came downstairs to just announce like I think I've just watched the most perfect 5 hours of TV. I was like, that was, or
Mm-hmm.
however long it was. I was like, that
Yeah,
I think that was perfect, and I'm annoyed that I'll never make anything as good as that. But also, thank fuck they did.
totally. And also like it was it wasn't like secret cuts, right? Like there was actually one
Oh
take
yeah, it's
for
just a
these. And
one-up.
I'm like, that's just can you imagine like the pressure as an actor?
Don't.
Because you're like, if it's like an hour and a half, an hour 15 minutes in, and you're like, oh, I flubbed my line. Oh shit, back
You're
to
just
one.
like, just style it out, improv it out, my guy. If it
Yeah.
happens,
Oh
keep it going.
God.
But imagine if everyone
Uh,
hit it in one. You know what I mean? Turn up to work, eight
mm-hmm.
o'clock, rolling, hour and 15 minutes later,
We got it.
done. Let's go
Yeah.
home.
Done. Yeah. Yeah. Uh, yeah, that show was really good. What
That
about
was
you? What
really
have
good.
you been watching?
I've just discovered 6 Feet Under.
Oh my God. I'm
Yeah.
so excited for you. Oh, so good.
I've just I've just finished the first series.
Uh,
And I'm annoyed with myself that I've left it this long, but I'm also so happy for myself because it's like, oh my God, this is excellent. And I've got 5 wonderful series of it.
yeah.
So yeah.
This isn't giving anything away, but just know that it's because of being moved. But
Mm.
if ever I want to cry, I will watch that season, the series finale.
Oh, really?
So good.
Nice. I mean, there's been a lot of moments with sort of like David and Nate when you find out, like when the families, all in their own ways, find out that David's gay,
Hmm.
and the fact that everyone is just so happy and cool with it, considering when it was written, they could have easily turned it into
Right. This whole
this whole thing,
homophobic, yeah,
but it's just he
accepting.
happens to be gay. That's
Right.
it. And then everyone's cool with it, and we're all cool with like the partner and them just having their own domestic situations. And it's
Hmm.
like, oh, that's so fucking
Yeah.
nice. And I always feel like Nate gives off the impression that he should be some horrible fuckboy. But the fact that he's always first series, for all I know,
Hmm.
in the first series, he's so lovely and so understanding of like Brenda's brother that I'm just sort of
Hmm.
like, oh mate, I'd have lost my mind in that. But you've just gone
Hmm.
like, nah, all right, I get it, I'm cool. And it's like, you people, you're all so lovely.
Yeah.
But it's such a
The
good
acting
show.
is so good too.
Yeah,
Everybody's such a good actor, but especially what's her face? Frances. What's that her name?
yeah, uh,
The mom.
yeah. The mum, I can't remember what the Frances something,
Yeah.
but she is so good.
So good. And also Lauren Ambrose.
Yeah,
Ah, so good.
but the thing, no one's bad in it.
Yeah. I mean,
No
yeah,
one's bad.
really everybody's so good.
Like Billy in that
Um,
first series, like Brenda's brother, it's just like you're such an arsehole. I hate you, but well done because that means you've
yeah.
done very
I
good
need
at
to rewatch
acting.
because I can't really remember her brother.
He was, especially in the first series, he was like the photographer. Well, he is a photographer who's really weird, and he's the one who is it Nathaniel and Isabella, and the book that Brenda had been written about. I don't know,
Yeah, I haven't seen that show in so long, but I just remember it really
so good.
stuck with me. And I remember because I watched it around the time it came out, and I remember like trying to talk to because a lot of my friends at the time weren't watching it, and
Mm.
because they were like, it's just depressing. It's like every episode somebody dies, and I'm like, no, but that's like the
That
point.
that
It's like death is inevitable.
and it's it's
instead of
actually
funeral home.
it's
So
actually
that's like
quite
the
uplifting.
yeah,
Like,
yeah. It's like live your life because death is coming for all of us. So do what you want while you're here.
don't worry what other people are thinking. Just worry about
That
what you
part,
think.
yeah,
It's
yeah. It's so good. Oh,
yeah. So that's what I've been doing, and it's been an absolute joy.
it's way better of an answer than mine. I was like, I want to watch this terrible movie. I mean, a good movie, but about this very depressing subject.
Oh, but and I think I'll continue a tradition I've had. I mentioned Gaspar Noé in every podcast I've
Oh,
been on so far.
oh,
Uh, and I've
what is that?
recently
That's
Gaspar Noé
new.
is a filmmaker. He did Irreversible,
Oh, oh, ugh.
but then he also did Enter the Void, Climax, Love,
I
Vortex.
love Climax. Oh, I
Exactly.
actually haven't seen Into the Void, but I
Enter the Void
loved
is
Climax.
excellent. Like
Mm,
I really enjoyed it. And Climax, I think, is his most sort of accessible film so far.
mm,
So when I watched them in order essentially, and when I got to climax, I was a bit like when I got to the climax,
mm,
I was like, oh, that's I enjoyed it, but it's like based on the last two, like especially Love and
mm,
Enter the Void, I was like, this is almost tame as shit, but it's still great.
mm.
So it was a real
I haven't seen
difficult.
Love either.
Love
What,
is it's good. Love is good. It
okay,
was a
okay.
3D porno essentially.
Pff, sign me up.
You know
Right.
what I mean? Yeah, it was that was good. And Enter the Void, that was like it's 2.5 hours of absolute misery, and
Mm,
I loved it.
okay, I'll watch this. Irreversible, I like couldn't finish it. After that scene, the
But
like rape scene, I was like, oof.
but what's so odd? That film, obviously, the beginning is so horrible because someone gets murdered and someone gets raped. But then,
Mm-hmm.
as the film plays backwards, it becomes really happy because everyone's getting ready for a night out and everyone's having a good
Right,
time and everyone's doing a thing.
right.
And the film is technically a happy ending because what happens
Mm,
at the very beginning of the film, but because you know what's going to happen, you're like, oh
right.
God. But
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, I love it.
I need to watch. I should watch it again and just fast forward through the rape scene because that was just
So
like, oh.
I think as well, he did a very good job with that rape scene because obviously we stay on it for very long. And I
Mm-hmm.
think that was really well played because usually a rape scene in film and TV, it stays, we experience it like as an observer and we're like, oh, that's horrible. Oh, God, that's really rubbish. And then they move past it.
Right.
Whereas in
This you like
Irreversible,
get.
you're
Yeah.
here and it's like,
Right.
yeah,
This is what
like
it's like.
this is what
Yeah.
it's like.
That's
You're
why I
going to
think.
be
Yeah.
in this for so long, and you'll want it to end. You, the audience, want it to end. What the
Yeah.
fuck do you think she wants? Like,
100. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's. I think it's such well played.
Oh, it's so. It is like from a film perspective, it's so good. But
Yeah,
yeah, I need to be like
from an
before I
enjoyable
watch it.
film watcher
Yeah.
perspective, it's miserable.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, just don't put a 10-minute rape scene in your next film. That's all I'd say.
Okay, I guess I'll rewrite it. No.
What am I going to do with the other 5 minutes of film?
Yeah.
I mean, that would be pretty harsh.
Uh,
Um,
yeah.
have you got anything lined up for a next project?
Yeah, I have a few. I'm trying to finish a feature because
Hmm.
she has a lot of half-finished features in her laptop. And the one that I have finished, I feel like I want to make a short film version of it as like a proof of concept.
Yeah,
So it's basically like a comedy of like a urban legend Bloody Mary-esque character.
nice.
Um, but she like sucks at it. Like she's not good at doing whatever tormenting she needs to be doing. Um, but yeah, I'd like to make that as a short
Okay,
soon if I can
sounds
find
good.
money for it.
Right.
Yeah, I still want to stay in like the horror because Shadow, what I screened at Screamfest, was my first horror that I made. Like I tend to have made, comedies in the past.
Hmm.
And it was also the first film I directed by myself. I used to like code direct stuff, I guess. But now I feel like that really like opened this up for me where I'm like I really want to just stay in the horror lane and then also like obviously infuse comedy into it. But yeah, so I have a couple of those lying about. Depends on what I can make soon. Yeah.
Yeah. It's I'm so frustrated with that whole needing the money to create art
The-
because if I was a painter, I would buy canvases, and I'd paint the fuckers, and that would be it.
Yeah.
But as a filmmaker, I have to convince a fuckload of people to give me money and then convince another different group of fucking people to
To
help
be
me
in it.
make this
Yes.
and to be
Yep.
in it and to do all of that. And then it's like, oh, for fuck's sake. I
I
just
know.
I
So
just want
much.
to create something, man.
I
Like,
know. People really don't underestimate how much work goes into it,
yeah.
especially when you're like not backed by a studio or obviously like doing
Yeah.
it all yourself. Yeah, you're so right. It's just like I f- and it's the fact that I made Shadow like now almost 2 years ago is like
Mm.
crazy. I'm like, yeah, I would love to like make another thing, but it's just like, all right, back to the drawing board.
I'd do it every 6 months if I could, but it ain't.
Yeah, of course, same.
It ain't.
It's yeah,
I was describing the process of getting a film made for a friend of mine who like runs his own construction company. And I was just explaining, like, oh, you're finding funding and then you're getting your team and you're putting your team together, but you got to make sure you've got enough funding to pay for the team before any like thing on the back end comes through or like rounds of funding. And then once that's done, you got to get the word of mouth. Like I was telling him all of that, and
mm-hmm.
he was like, there is absolutely nothing different apart from the end result towards what we do and what you do. And I was like, yep. Like if you're
Mm-hmm.
this guy and your guy writing, producing, and directing, you're the one that is driving all of it.
Yeah.
And it's not a simple job. Like
No.
you're trying to get up to 20 people together at one time to try and do one
Right.
thing, and you're just like, this is maddening.
I think that's why I even like I come from like an improv background, but I decided to do stand up because that's just such an art that you can just do when you
Yeah,
want to do it. You know what I mean? You're like, I wrote some jokes, I'm gonna go to this like open mic or I'm gonna reach out to get booked on a show and I can just do it and that's that
done.
quick.
Yeah, no
It's
one
like from
else.
writing to getting to put it out there is a very easy process. You don't have to like motivate other people and like, whatever. So, and yeah, filmmaking, like you said, I mean, like it's very difficult to get something off the page, get a group together, get money, to actually make it happen. So good for
And
us for
also,
even having
hey,
made it in anything because it's so hard.
I will say it is good for us as well because we've both expressed a distaste for money. So the
Yeah,
fact
right.
that not being financially motivated in our own sort of personal goals, let's say, like obviously we live in a fucking financially motivated world, so we have to be fractionally. Um, it just doesn't marry up that thing of like, well, I want to create something. Well, you need money first, but I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care
Yeah.
about money. And they're like, yeah, but you need the money to create. No, you don't. You need an idea to create.
Mm-hmm.
And then, yeah. So well done.
Yeah. Look at us. We're such good
Look at
people.
us. So, yeah. Do you have any screenings for Shadow coming up?
I do. I don't know when you said this is going to be airing, but on the 24th of this month, I don't know if
Hmm.
this will come out before that.
I might be able
The
to get it
24th
out
of
then.
October. Yeah,
Hmm.
whatever. Um, I'll be screening at what is it called? Vulture Oddities. So there's a thing called VHS Society. Have you heard of them?
I've heard of them, yeah.
They have monthly screenings and usually they'll have like a feature film and then they'll pair a short with it at the top to
Lovely.
like to expose more like indie artists. Um and yeah, it's really fun. Like they have like very like spooky vendors and they kind of hop around to different locations. But anyway, they're going to be screening mine along with my friend movie Sleepy Hollow. So we're going to be screening before that at Vulture Culture Oddities. There we go in
There we go.
Burbank. Anyway, if you want to check it out, VHS Society or on me on Instagram. And then I'm also going to be at New Orleans for Screamfest at the end of the month, Halloween weekend.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah. Hmm.
So, the Sleepy Hollow, not the Johnny Depp one. Another one?
Yeah, that one. Hmm.
You said your friend?
My friend wrote it. Yes.
Oh,
He wrote
really?
Seven also. Andy Walker, I love
Damn.
him. Yeah. He's my like mentor. He's great. He's the best person. He's so funny. It's so funny because when I tell people, like, I'm like, he's just one of the nicest people in the world. And when people are like, it's just so funny that's the person that made
Mm.
Seven, you
Yeah, it's
know?
like, oh, he's normal. It's like, yeah, of course he's fucking
Yeah,
normal.
yeah, yeah. Anyway, but it
That's
was
dope.
funny because I didn't, you know, VHS side just like pairs you with a feature, so it's just funny that they paired me with his
That's
movie.
good though.
But
That's
yeah,
nice.
yeah,
Oh, excellent. Well, thank you for being on. And yeah, there's some good films. I'll definitely be adding and updating to my Letterboxd account.
yeah. Me too. I need to get a letterbox.
Yeah,
I need
get
to
on
start
that.
doing that. It's yeah. I'm like, why am I living in like a boomer, writing them down
Right?
my notes app? I should
And
be
who are
having it
they?
on
Who? How?
letterbox.
What do you do then? Show people your notes app? Like I watched this film.
No, but I guess it wasn't for like other people. It was for me to remind for me to be like, oh, what have I watched or what do I want to watch? But I guess I should be like, look at everybody, look at my cool film taste. I should have be
Exactly.
more of that. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Mine's usually, hey everyone, look how low I've rated this really popular film because I'm such a fucking
Mm.
dickhead. I don't know. Like,
What's a popular one that you rated low? Now I want to know.
uh, I hate The Dark Knight, so that gets rated really low.
Mm-hmm.
Um, what
Interesting.
else has been rated pretty low? Sinners got rated pretty low.
You didn't like Sinners? Oh my God.
I don't think it needed the vampire subplot at all, and I actually think it ruined the film.
What are you talking about? Of course they needed it. It's talking about like white people sucking the blood from black music.
All right, well now I look racist. No,
I
like
mean,
I get,
just kidding. I'm
um,
kidding.
I I agree that that was needed, and I think that it could have been told in a similar way because I think having the two brothers escaping from the Italian mob and the Irish like mob, and then setting up their own thing, and then the mob trying to shut that down could be another thing of like the white man trying to keep them down all the time and all that kind of stuff. And I think that could be another way.
Mm-mm. I
No,
disagree.
I
I mean,
also
I
go on.
think it's funny also it reminded me of was it Night of the Living Dead where it's like these the survivor is it Night of the Living Dead? Yeah, like where the zombies are like killing everybody, whatever, the black man
Yeah,
survives and then gets killed by the cops. I think
one more
Sinners
for the
did.
pile. Yeah,
Yeah, I think it's interesting that Sinners kind of does something similar in that they were like coming getting attacked by the vampires, but really the vampires weren't even like the really bad guys. It's the like was like the racist
yeah.
KKK people. Um, I mean the vampires were the bad, but like they weren't the worst ones.
The,
You know
the
what I
the
mean?
true villain is the KKK we
Yeah,
met along the way. That's what you're saying.
right, exactly. Yeah. You're very wrong for not liking Sinners, and I don't like that about you now. They
Um,
needed the vampire subplot. That's
I
all.
also another thing I don't like about it is whoever lit that film and
Mm,
color graded the film. I don't think they know how to light and grade people of color because the daytime shots, everybody's faces was just completely blown out. And I don't know if that's intentional because the skies were so white and it blows them out, meaning like in that Invisible Man way, it's sort of just trying to ignore them or trying to like you can't ever see them. But in the daylight shots, I felt like something wasn't quite right in the mix and I couldn't quite like I don't know, the color grade didn't look right. And I know it sounds like such a
mm,
wanky, like, oh, the color grade, but comparing all that to the like the night shots and especially in the club where everything was so rich and it was like, well, where was this? Where's this? Like, I
mm.
don't know. I don't know.
I didn't notice that. So
Because
you're
you were
so
too busy having
wrong.
a great time. Yeah.
Yeah, I did. I cried while you're dead inside. Anyway,
I didn't cry at that. But I
oh,
am dead inside. So
dead inside. I mean, it's kind of same, but I still have feelings. I'm just kidding.
must
Yeah,
be
so
nice.
yeah, I feel like we need to watch Sinners again because it's so good. It's I
I
think.
I will rewatch. I rewatch films I didn't like more often than I rewatch films I did like.
Interesting. Yeah, I think especially if a lot of people do like the film because that's what I do with
Yeah.
Nope. I think I was like, am I missing something here? Maybe give it another chance. Maybe I wasn't in a good headspace before, you know.
But I've watched The Dark Knight 4 times, and each time I've watched it, I've
Mm,
disliked it more.
really?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either. I'm not even a big I mean, I love the old Batman, like the Tim Burton Batmans more,
Obviously,
like the camp,
they're the best
but
ones.
I know. Michael Keaton was the best Batman.
Only Batman, in my opinion.
Yeah, that part. But that being said, I still love the grittiness that the Dark Knight took it. And I think Heath Ledger's amazing. You don't think Heath Ledger's
I think he did a
And
great performance. I think he
yeah,
did wonderful.
yeah, don't like that.
I just don't think a man who dresses as a bat and puts on a silly voice. I don't think we can take that seriously.
Mm.
Like there has to be an element of campy silliness because it is. That's why I think the Tim Burton
Mm-hmm.
one is the perfect one because
Mm-hmm.
it's
It really
serious
leans
in its
into it.
world, but it's also ridiculous in its world. So you're allowed to believe both ways. Whereas
Right.
Dark Knight, he shouldn't have been dressed as a bat.
Yeah. I don't know. I appreciated taking it to a different direction, but I get what you mean. I mean, it's still like I will always favor the campy. It's how I feel about like I love Adam's Family so much,
Mhm.
and I'm not as big of a fan as Wednesday, just because I
Mm.
think it like takes it to like a CW almost, take itself a little too
Yeah.
seriously level. Whereas I love the like campy over the topness
Look,
of Adam's
we
Family.
can disagree on Sinners and The Dark
Yes,
Knight, but we both love camp gothic horror.
that part. Yes.
So,
Look at that happy ending. We're like
yay.
irreversible.
So, thank you very much again for being on.
All right.
Excellent.
Well, thanks for having me on. This was fun.
Thank you for having me as the host.
You're welcome.
Have a good day.
Have a good rest of your day.
Bye bye
All
bye.
right. Bye.
This has been a Lovable Road Productions podcast. Thank you to everyone that listened. If you want to help out your life in film, then download it, like it, share it, and give the pod a follow. I didn't realise till starting this that a download is the way they measure success and not just a listen. So, listening means nothing. Make sure you check out my guests on their socials, which will be in the description of the episode. Take a look at my letterboxd. I've made a list of all the films that have been mentioned on the pod. There's fucking hundreds. So you can find some good films there. Yeah, there are some good ones. There's some fucking weird ones, and I love them. If you really want to be a mensch, give me that money. There's a link in the description. It'll explain it all. But a download and a share is excellent, and I actually appreciate that a lot more than you'd think. We currently have no sponsors, but I am open to them. I'll shill anything. I don't care. This has been a Lovable Road production. Thank you for listening.